Hello everyone, today we are going to continue with our next topic of chapter 10, the rise of small kingdoms in the North India. Our next topic is the Rajputs. As we already discussed this, around 9th century CE, the whole of North India had become a patchwork of small kingdoms as the power of the Rashtrakutas, the Palas and the Pratiharas ended almost simultaneously. Patchwork here means beta the kingdoms of the three most powerful kingdoms. During the 10th century CE, three important developments took place in the medieval India. So there are three important developments which are first is the North India came in a close contact with the Western and the Central Asia countries. Here Western and Central Asia countries are the Western countries like Afghanistan or the Tajikistan and the Central and the Tajikistan. As we already discussed that the continuous wars created political instability which was the major cause of the beginning of the Turkish invasion in the North India. Turkish invasion here means the Turkish people or the Turkish kings start developing their kingdoms in the parts of the North India. Next is the Rajputs played an important role in the medieval India. They were famous for their bravery. They are very brave. There is no clarity about the origin of the Rajputs because the different peoples of the Rajputs have different sources of their origins. Some said that they are the son of the Rajas and some said they are the son of the sun and the moon. So the word Rajput means son of a Raja. So Raj means the Raja and the Put means the son. So Rajput means son of a Raja or a king. But all the Rajputs do not belong to the royal families. Royal families here means the son of the king. Many Rajput families trace their origin to sun or moon and thus are known as Suryavanshi and the Chandravanshi. Means some Rajputs said that they are the son of the sun and the moon. That's why they are called as Suryavanshi and the Chandravanshi respectively. Some historians believe that the Rajputs are the descendants of foreign tribes who settled in India. These foreign tribes came in from the across all over the world in the India. It is also believed that there were four clans of Rajputs were born in the fire altars. Means they are the son of the fire or the Agni. That's why they are also known as the Agni Kulas. The four main clans of Rajputs are the Parmaras that found in the Malwa. Second is the Pratiharas that found in the Rajasthan and Gujarat. Third are the Chauhans that found in the Ajmer. Ajmer is in the Rajasthan. And fourth found in the Chalukyas that is in the Gujarat. There were about 36 clans of the Rajputs. Next is the Chauhan dynasty. Chauhan dynasty enjoy a special place of prestige among all the Rajputs Konal. Also, the Chauhan dynasty is the most powerful dynasty in the Rajputs period. The Chauhan king ruled over Gujarat and parts of Rajasthan. Earlier, where Gujara Pratiharas were found. Prithviraj Chauhan was the most powerful king among the Chauhans. He came to throne in the 1177 CE. CE here means C means common era. He made many conquests. He had also checked the advances made by the Muhammad Ghori of Ghor, Afghanistan. As we already discussed that Muhammad Ghori was the very brave fighter who conquered over the most of the parts of the North India. So Muhammad Ghori was defeated by the Prithviraj Chauhan at the Battle of the Rhine near Bathinda. Bathinda is in Punjab. Even today, Prithviraj Chauhan remains a hero of many folk tales of India. Also, Chand Bardai was an epic poem that was placed on the Prithviraj Chauhan. The poem name is the Prithviraj Raso. If the question came, who composed Prithviraj Raso, the answer is the Chand Bardai. Chand Bardai composed epic. So that's it for today. The remaining part of chapter we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.